Welcome back to the Wolfcast podcast, everybody. I'm the Tru Alpha here with my amazing and talented sister May.
Hi.
And my brother from another mother, Fang.
What's up?
Today's topic is kinks for all you freaky motherfuckers.
Because everyone loves a good kink. Kinks are fun, and I know I enjoy them quite well. And as you know,
Well, some kinks are fun because I have a kink in the fucking back of my neck and I'm not enjoying it.
oh no, my poor brother.
There are a lot of kinks.
Oh yes, there are quite a few kinks.
And today we're going to tell you every single one of them.
No,
God.
Yeah, the
we're
list.
not. We're not going to talk about probably more than like 5 of them
There's
because I don't want this to be an educational thing where we go over all the irrelevant ones that are like 1 in every 10 million people have.
oh, you mean like Zentai?
Yes, exactly. What the fuck is that?
Wearing skin tight suits while grinding against others in similar suits.
Oh,
You
I'll be
can't
back.
tell me there's more than like 1,000 motherfuckers in this world that have that one. Like, I'm not kink shaming. I'm just saying it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
Like, if something happened to the town we live in, and like a bunch of people died, I guarantee you there maybe one person with that kink died. Maybe this entire town could go up in flames, and I guarantee you only like one motherfucker had it, and that's being generous.
And
I
that's
don't
being
think
generous.
I don't think there is one motherfucker in this state that has that kink.
I mean, you'd be surprised. It might be like the leather community because
Might be someone close to you.
well, no, because you have people that like to wear leather suits like that, and
Gimps are different.
it's not a gimp. Gimps are different.
That's what I just said.
Are you listening to me, woman?
I literally
No.
just said gimps are different.
Yeah, true.
Like, gimp also just sounds like a derogatory term, and I'm sure the people who are in gimp suits like to be degraded, so it works out. But
Yeah. What's funny is you can't just look up GIMP because it
nope.
Because what did
Nope.
it do? GIMP is a free and open source raster graphics editor used for editing and manipulating images.
Yep, it's nice branding opportunity there.
Right.
When it comes to kinks and whatnot, I consider myself almost an expert in most of them, but it's also kind of my job. As a dom and a sadist and all this, I need to know what people are comfortable with. I need to know what I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
In the event one of my
kink expert by night.
Yes, I've had the talk with people at work before, because they'll just be talking about something about like how weird is this, how weird is that, and I'll go, well, here's what this actually is. Here's what they actually do. And then I'll say a term. Like, I had to explain to somebody what a switch was. I've had to explain what a sub and dominant are, just because of just how those conversations go. And they're like, wait a minute. And I'm like, don't even go down that road, because you're going to look at something. You're going to be like, am I into this?
Fuck, I'm into this.
Shit, I'm into this. Like, who would ever be into this? Fuck, I'm into this.
I'm into this shit.
Then you have the regret.
To get people caught up, a kink is a human sexuality. Kinkiness is the use of a non-conventional sexual practices, concepts, or fantasies. The term derives from the idea of a bend in one's sexual behavior, to contrast such behaviors with straight or vanilla sexual mores and provocativities. It is thus a colloquial term for non-normative sexual behavior.
That was another term I had to explain, was what vanilla meant.
Yep, that's vanilla.
I
Missionary.
don't
there
know
you go.
I don't know who I was talking to. I want to say it was somebody at work. They had said they were planning on doing something, probably a little bit of TMI. I didn't need to know, but they had said they had planned on doing something. I was like, you really, like, I always thought you were a vanilla person. And they're like, what the fuck does that mean? They thought I was insulting them, which, I mean, I kind of am. But I always considered them to be more vanilla, and I had to explain to them, vanilla means like not as kinky. You do missionary, you might do doggy style every once in a while, but
Fuck, I'm vanilla.
No, you're not.
Those are my two main go-tos.
Yes, but
So position doesn't just matter, because I could have you in missionary position and still do a lot of kinky shit to you.
mm-hmm.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's just all you do is you get in the missionary position and do your job, get out of there. You hit it and quit it.
Oh no.
Nut it and shut it.
Nut it and shut it.
No. I mean, there are some days when
Tap
it's
out
just
and
like,
get
you
out.
know what?
Yeah.
He's up, I'm up. Now it's time for you to be up. All right, I'm done.
Yeah. But that's why I say you're not vanilla per se, because you probably don't just hop on there, go to town, and then hop off.
Grunt for 10 seconds, then
no.
roll over.
There's about 95% of the time I have to make sure whoever I'm with, my partner, or just okay. Hold up.
What?
I'm not a whore.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
not
you
a
are.
whore. No, I'm really not.
You're our whore.
Usually, about 90% of the women I've been with have either been in a relationship or we were talking for a while.
So you're a
There's
whore.
been a couple, like, one night stands, but I'm not a whore. What I was getting at is that I don't remember what I was getting at. Fuck.
You're so precious.
Oh, whoever I'm with, like in that situation, about 95% of the time, I make sure that they get off first. Then there's some
their
nights
needs
where
are met.
then there's some nights where I'm like, you know what? I hadn't got off the last couple times. This one's about me.
Yeah,
I like
I've had
those
times with May. Yeah, I've had those times with May where it's just like, yeah, I don't care if you get off or not. You are literally going to be my toy.
Use me and put me away. Wait, I'm sitting there just pant. Thank you, sir. Can I have another?
Yeah.
But I'm one of the weird ones, though. I'm one of those that if I don't end up coming, I'm fine because I'm getting pleasure
Such
out of.
provocative terms.
I mean, what do you want me to say?
Getting off.
Getting off. Coming
Orgasm.
to fruition. Orgasm.
Arriving.
Arriving at the train station. Train's almost at the station. But no, it's like I get off on. Did we kill you?
No.
Arriving.
I was arriving.
I'm arriving.
Could you imagine rolling over and she's like, I arrived.
I arrived.
What the fuck do you mean?
That's cool. This is
off.
what I call the coming and going. What? Yeah, I heard.
Gets up and leaves.
It's the quick
Yeah,
stop.
gets up and
Call me.
No, but for me, I get more pleasure out of my partner being in pleasure. Like to me, that's a turn on, and
I'm pretty sure that's a kink.
probably is. Like I get more pleasure. Like for me, it's like I get more pleasure out of giving my significant other, a blowjob than I do getting in turn. Like I enjoy giving more than getting. But I've been that way for a long time.
That reminds me of like I'm not gonna say names obviously, but like the girl I'm talking to, you've done it a couple times.
I don't remember her name.
No, I don't think I've ever been with a Melissa. Talk to me. Anyways.
Yeah.
So like the first time, like I didn't get off and I was just like, okay, whatever. But I was happy because like this is who I wanted to do it with, And then, the second time I got off and she like, I looked over and I was like, did you arrive? She was like, no, and like looked at me, and she did like one of these things where like she wiped the sweat off my forehead, which I've never had done. I just thought that was like, I guess romantic or something in a way.
Caretaking.
Mm-hmm.
And she looked at me and she goes, I got joy out of watching you, and
Oh, you had a fendom.
Aww.
Oh,
And
you
I
had a
was-
fendom in bed with you.
and I was like, I think I love
Or a power
you.
bottom.
I think I
I'm
love
just
you.
No,
It's
but
either
like,
a fendom or a power bottom.
or it was a mom. Because
Fang,
I
will you
have that
watch?
same thing.
Will you watch the next time I have sex with this girl so you can just
sweetie.
tell us everything?
No.
Just kidding.
But
Oh, so you got your one-time view and you're done.
I didn't say anything.
All right, I'm average. You have got to have seen something.
No, because
Don't
I
say
didn't
that like
peek
that.
my head out.
I'm just kidding.
it's in the splash
never-
zone.
No, that was I don't know. I had something I was gonna say in regards to like kinks. Oh, actually, we, as in May and I, had the opportunity to teach somebody a new kink.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
As to whether or not they enjoyed it, and we were careful about it. We had the safety in place, and we made sure that she understood that she was safe and that nothing too serious is actually going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But we gave her I had what it's called.
Sensory deprivation.
Thank you.
You're
Sensory
welcome.
deprivation, which is the act of
It's any play that prevents someone from using one of their 5 senses. So like blindfolds that block sight, gloves that prevent touch, earmuffs to deprive the sense of sound, etc.
However, what we did was full sensory deprivation.
Mm-hmm.
We blindfolded her. We put headphones in that were blaring music, which I think we picked like some Mozart or something to play.
We picked some what was it? It was lo-fi.
Bach? Oh yeah, lo-fi music. So she had that playing in her ears, so she couldn't hear, she couldn't see. We didn't tie her down.
No, we had her hands tied.
That's right, her hands were tied. And then we used wax, different kinds of waxes too. We had an oil-based wax and then I think just regular waxy wax.
And that is a kink. It's wax play.
Yep. And then this isn't for everybody, what I am about to discuss. If your partner is not okay with it or your partner has past trauma involving it, I do not recommend it.
So trigger warning and content warning, just in case.
Trigger warning. This happened in a consensual space with adults who knew the risks and who did things as safely as possible. I'm a professional when it comes to this shit. I don't get paid for it, but I'm still a professional. It's basically knife play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
So while we had her hands tied and she had wax that was just kind of dripping on her and whatnot, I had a knife and I pressed it against her skin. And I said, do you understand what I have in my hand? She said yes. I asked her at that point.
Hold on 1 second. How'd she hear you if she had music playing?
I popped the headphone out.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what you're trying to achieve, regardless of all of that, you need to make sure your partner is okay with what is happening. So if you have them in a sensory deprivation situation like that, to where they can't hear you, make it so they can hear you. Ask the question, ask consent to go further, and then deprive them of the sense again.
Yeah, any form of kink play or just sexual encounters, even when there's a sense that's been taken away, you still want to make sure that you're getting consent to make sure that they're comfortable. And
even if you're just mid going at it, the second you do something new that's a little risque, make sure your partner is okay with it. So, and I had the knife and I drug it across her body. I didn't cut her. And there was another point where I put the blade, I put the flat or the dull end of the blade. I didn't put the sharp end for safety. I put the dull end of the blade up against her neck and applied a little bit of pressure. It's a fear kink almost, that this person I'm at this person's mercy.
It's fear and it's also a bit of adrenaline and, excitement. But
when it comes to knife play and blood play, I do partake.
I do partake.
I don't know. I was gonna say that there's probably 2 different kinks because there's the one that like you did, like the fear and the thrill, and then the people who actually like being cut,
which is where blood play would come in.
And I was talking to a girl who said that she liked being cut, and I was like, I respect your decisions, but that's not gonna happen.
I think I just found a kink I might have.
What?
I think I just found a kink I might have.
What?
It's let me see. Charonophilia, which is a sexual fascination with thunder and lightning, similar to arousal from thunderstorms. Brontophilia. You can't incorporate it into your sex, but a thunderstorm makes a good backdrop for sexy times. And having sex during a thunderstorm is sexy to me. So
having sex in a thunderstorm.
Oh yeah.
Let's live dangerously.
So there's a couple things I wanted to pinpoint in your story thing.
What's up?
I would be down to try like the whole like canceling of the
deprivation?
hearing and
Yeah.
the eyes.
Sensory deprivation.
That's
The
so much
handcuff
fun.
things I've always been on the fence about because I've seen a movie where they got handcuffed and like the girl ended up passing out and dying, or the guy, one of them, I can't remember. And
It was an episode of
chained
A Thousand
up.
Ways a Day.
No, it was a I can't say his name. M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night
Oh,
Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah,
What a twist!
What does
it was one of his movies,
Of course.
and she was like, he or she, I can't remember which one passed out and which one was locked up, but was chained to this fucking bed for like a week. And no, I'm good on that. And the whole knife thing, I'd probably have to pass on too.
That's the important thing to remember, and like the fears are justified. There are risks with almost every kink. There is always a risk. Sex in general can have its risks, but it's important that if you're going to do something where either you are being chained down or you are chaining somebody down, you never, regardless of what 50 Shades of fucking Grey tells you, terrible fucking movie for anybody trying to learn BDSM, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's not proper BDSM. Anybody.
It is not in the
They
slightest.
probably had to dumb it down though.
No,
even in
like,
the book
even
it was
the
just
book,
bad. Yeah.
Even that is not BDSM. That is an abusive asshole covering it with BDSM. That's all that is.
Goodness.
Whenever you have chains involved or handcuffs, rope, what have you, you don't tie it down to the point they can't move.
Sometimes you can. Like if they want
that's
it.
what I'm getting at here. If they want it to the point where they can't move, you then go into a different safety mindset almost. So let's say with a rope, there are several different forms of knot that you can tie that you literally pull. You pull one rope and everything comes undone.
Use it on ships.
So you could tie them down to the point where they can't move. But let's say a fire breaks out. Well, now you just pull that one rope, they're free. Or they start panicking, or what have you. You pull that one rope, they're done. They're out. They're they're no longer tied down.
That's why safe words are such a big thing in anything you do.
We did have a scare where I, as a dom, crossed the line. I don't even think we said the safe word. I noticed the warning signs at the time. But because that's another thing you need to look out for if you are the top in the situation, is you need to look out for the warning signs. You need to look out for the panic that might be coming, because it is scary. It is intimidating to be on the receiving end of some of these things. Especially if you're just trying to figure out if you like it or not. Because you might be into it at first.
That, or if you have past trauma.
Yep, past traumas can cause it as well. So it's important to, with your partners, recognize when these things. And I'm going to say something as a sadistic primal hunter dom. I am going to say something that is going to piss off a lot of doms. You're not in control, buddy.
Yep. As a brat, yep. No, what's funny is...
It's great to pretend, but we're not.
No, what's funny, people think is, I'm a dominant. I can control. You do what I say. No. In any BDSM situation, especially if you have a master mistress and a pet, or if you have a dominant and submissive, your submissive is the one that has all the power, because we're the ones that tell you, hey, this is a safe word. Hey, I need you to stop. Hey, like, they have the control and they let you know how hard or light to go. Yes, you have yes, you have the power to control us because we let you have that control. But the minute that it goes too far, we can take it right back.
But that could also play into another kink, which is a little bit more on the extreme side, which needs a very clear safe word, like an absolute safe word. It's called CNC, or in layman's terms, consensual non-consent. Or I can't say that on stream. I can't say the.
So consensual non-consent is situations where one or both parties have given prior consent for activities that may appear to be or actually involve non-consent. So essentially, it's
a form of role play.
It's a role play where the victim has given prior consent to this type of play but seems to resist. So couples should negotiate boundaries beforehand, including a safe word. So basically, it's I'll give you a good example. Oh no, I'm walking late at night and this person comes up and stalks me and takes, has their way with me. And I'm like, no, no, please stop, don't. But I'm just like, please, please don't stop. Keep going. I love this.
Yeah.
So it's that form of consensual non-consent.
Because the idea behind consensual non-consent is I'm resisting, but this person doesn't care, and that's hot for some reason.
But also I know I'm not in danger.
But I know I'm safe. So it's like the idea of
at the end of the day, it would still be the R word, wouldn't it?
No. That's why it's called consensual non-consent. Because like I said, beforehand, you guys, it's consented. Like, I want you to do this. You have my consent. Because
it's basically like the play-by-play before the football game starts.
It's like, because I want Fang to do this one day, but I'm so hard to sneak up on, especially when he comes home from work, because I can hear everything in the house because that's what I do. I'm hoping that there's one day he can come in and I don't notice he comes in and he can do that. And I'll be like, oh, hi. Okay, we're doing this.
Yeah.
But like,
it's that fear and that brief moment of I'm being taken advantage of. I'm into this, but I know I'm safe.
Yeah.
There was an instance, again, I'm going to use us as an example here because not the three of us as in us three here, but the three of us as in May, myself, and Lady. There was an instance I made you both shudder doing this, actually. Shudder in pleasure, not shudder in like fear and whatnot. All I simply did was right next to the ear, I growled, it doesn't matter what you do, I'm not going to stop, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what exactly I said, but that right there, can have the same effect as consensual non-consent, because it gets you in that mindset of, I believe him. I know he's not. I know he's not going to hurt me, but I believe him. Like, it's that almost primal fear of an adrenaline. It again plays off that adrenaline.
I also want to talk a little bit about kinks. So a kink.
We've been talking about kinks this entire time.
I know, but it's a little more about it. But a kink can develop innately in childhood.
Oh no.
Not like force, or it can be adopted later in life. Individuals may gravitate towards a kink in two ways. The journey is either innate or realized as a child grows up, or an acquired taste later in life for others wanting to explore their sexuality. Children, even before the age of 10, can develop initial engagement in kinky behavior, such as wanting to be captured while playing cops and robbers, or seeing television shows.
What the fuck?
Or seeing television shows where superheroes in peril and feeling absorbed by the show.
You're telling me that there are motherfuckers out there that are drawing a straight line between playing cops and robbers and being held captive to BDSM nature?
Well, it's it's honey,
more or less
hunter,
the fact of like
hunter and prey. It's that primal prey.
Yes,
but it's that thrill of being chased and caught. So at a young
not a kink,
yes,
though.
it is. It's honey. It's being hunted. That is a kink,
right?
To be hunted.
Right.
But
so,
at that young age, it's not seen as a sexual kink. It's seen as, oh, haha, they're chasing me, they're going to catch me. Oh, this is fun. And as you get older, it turns into a kink because there is an actual kink for that. But at that young age, it's just innocent play, but it turns you on later in life to being hunted like that.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe it's more or less the fact of like at that time they don't see it that way, but then like it happens to them later on in life and it reminds them of that.
And they're like, oh, I like
that thrill back as a kid. Ooh, I like it.
I have a bad habit of when I'm being chased, I start laughing. I do. It doesn't matter the situation. I could be about to get my ass beat, and I've had this situation happen before where I'm getting chased and I'm running as fast as I can, and then I'll just start laughing my ass off.
He's the greased up deaf guy. You're never gonna catch me. I'll see y'all next year.
Oh, is that where you got it from? You used to say that shit all the time. You're like, yeah, he's never gonna catch me.
Yes, I was quoting Family Guy. He's never gonna catch me.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Well, between ages of 11 and 14, kids come to terms with their interest. It can involve feeling stigma over the kink interest, feeling generally different, realizing that not all of their peers share the same interests, worrying that there might be something wrong with them, and sometimes actively engaging in research in order to try and label and understand their interests. So, like, as they get older, they start to understand, hey, I kind of like this. Is there something wrong with me, or is there something out there that gives me an explanation? And they realize, oh, it's a kink. But at that young age, it's just playing and it's discovering yourself and having fun and playing. And but as you get older, you're like, oh, I'm into this. I like this. So, yeah, it's pretty cool how we develop quote unquote kinks as kids, but at the time they're not a sexual kink. It's just this is fun. I like being chased. I like being caught. Or it's like, and I swear this is transferred over from when I was younger. When I was younger, I hated getting spanked. I hated it. I didn't like it. It hurt. Now that I'm older, I'm like, spank me, daddy. Ooh woo. I like being spanked. So I think just from that, my body decided to go, hey, you kind of like this. It don't hurt no more. Pissed off my stepmom real bad. Because I'm like, what? It doesn't hurt. I like it.
That's why I make it hurt.
Meow. Mean.
That's I'm sorry you're a masochist. I'm sorry I'm a sadist. You tell me it doesn't hurt, I'm going to make it hurt.
That's like when I did that the other time.
Rubs butt in pain.
I smacked her ass and she just looked at me and was like, that's all you got? And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
I warm up the old hands really quick.
Not enough PP for this move.
So...
it wasn't pee-pee. It was fucking
I was making a joke.
Into this world of kinks and BDSM, there are a set amount of quote-unquote trigger words for dominants, masters, sadists, primal hunters.
Mm-hmm.
And brats and submissives know what they're doing when they say these words. They can try to pretend like they don't know, but they know. And if I was, yes. And I'm sorry if I spanked a girl's ass and she looked back at me and said, "Is that all you got?"
I can see his face already. I don't even have to be in the same room with him. I know exactly.
That small mouth, eyes looking up like
I see it too,
it's
but
just
not in like a sexual way.
No, it's the I'm gonna beat your ass kind of look.
Yeah, like,
it makes me
that
tingly.
look of like all right, motherfucker, I got you now, motherfucker.
Because like typically, especially if I'm with a new partner. And they could tell me I'm into pain. Okay, cool. I'm still not going to go all out on you. I'm going to hold back on the first couple to make sure where your threshold is. We actually did that with Kitten while she was here. Because it was with the belt. And I was like, I'm going to increase intensity with each smack. Let me know when we've hit that point. And then there's May. I don't give May that option.
No.
Depending on what she's done determines how hard I smack.
Meanie.
I still don't go over that threshold, especially with a belt.
He doesn't go out of his way to actually physically hurt me. It's more or less, okay, you're going to be a brat. Okay, here. Smack. Ow. Ow. Are you going to do it again?
Yeah.
Not for a few minutes. Ow.
Yeah. It's not like I'm mercilessly beating her. It's okay. You disobeyed. Apologize. No. Pulls out belt. Apologize. No. Snaps belt together. Apologize. No. Okay. Bend over. No. I said bend over.
Run.
Don't run. Die tired.
I know. Don't run. Die tired.
But, it turns into that threshold of smack. There's also, I believe, I guess it could probably go along with the hunted kink, but being thrown around.
Mm-hmm.
Eating your partner.
Yes.
Basically being manhandled.
Yeah, so if I were to grab May or grab Kitten and just throw them on the bed or throw them to the ground or grab them by their shoulders and force them to their knees, they're going to resist, but they're also going to... There'll be that kind of, I call it fake resistance. It's where they're quote unquote fighting back, but also not really. Like, they're not giving it their all to stop you from doing what's happening. They're giving just enough strength to offer that resistance, and they're doing it to be brats because they want you to get rougher. They want you to straight up throw them or push them against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting there trying to be nice and caring and not hurt them, and then they're just like, hey, I'm not going to let you do it. And then you're just like, fine.
It'd be harder. What's funny, though, is that thinking about something taboo is extremely common. So some people think kinks are taboo, but in fact, pretty much everyone will have some crazy sexual thoughts in their lifetime. We, of humans, have a very active imagination, and God, is that true for me? But thinking about it is one thing, and acting on it is another. So it may seem obvious, but few people actually act on their kinks, and some people just don't because they don't understand them, or they're afraid that they're going to go too far and hurt somebody.
Yep.
And that's where that line is clearly drawn, of where, they understand their kink, they understand how far to go, and then there's other ones that don't understand their kink and don't understand how far to go because they either aren't properly educated on it, or they haven't taken time to have someone fully educate them or educate themselves. Yeah.
I will go on the record right now while we are talking about this. It is extremely important that people understand this, and if you think differently to me, there's a special place in hell, and I'll be more than happy to send you there. Pedophilia is not a kink.
It is not a kink. It is not.
I hate that was even a subject of debate a couple months ago.
No, it's not. It's just disgusting, and
that is
no.
not a kink.
No.
There was I think it was a role play group I was in, and I had put, like, it was years ago. I think they had asked for the limits, and I said no limits. And they're like, no limits? Really? Well, what about kids? And I was like, I don't consider illegal actions to be a form of limit in terms of, sexuality shit going on. That is not a sexual limit because it shouldn't be there in the first fucking place.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, pedophilia is not a kink.
No.
It'll never be a kink. And there is a distinct difference between pedophilia and age play.
Mm-hmm. Age play is a role play in which one or both partners pretends to be a different age or stage of life. Types of age play include infantilism, daddy-daughter, diaper play.
I forgot it goes that far.
Yeah, but diaper, among others.
Yeah.
Some kinksters differentiate it between DD or LG and age play. So basically it's
daddy dom and little girl is the more common of age play, which is essentially you have the daughter figure and the father figure. And for the most part, the father figure acts like a father, but he also, at times doesn't act like a father.
Mm-hmm. And it's two consensual adults.
Yep. Like also, age play doesn't mean older and like somebody pretending to be a teenager. It could be you're in your 20s and you want this person to pretend like they're a silver fox.
Yeah. Or vice versa.
Or vice versa.
It's not, I'm going to sit here and goo goo gaga, ooh wee out. No, it's not like that. No.
Packing my shit up and leaving.
Yeah.
No.
But that is, I hate that was part of like the defense argument for pedophilia being a kink. It's like, well, what about age play? It's like, that's a completely different fucking thing, you gross motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and if you can't see the difference between the two, one, why'd you say uh-oh?
He's ranting now.
It pisses me off.
No, I agree, brother, but I'm just making a joke. Go, rant, do it.
Do it.
No,
do
it's
it,
gone. No. But no, it's age play happens between two consenting adults, people who are over the age of 18. And again, the big word there is consent.
Mm-hmm.
They know what they're doing.
Yep.
The other one is illegal, immoral, and you, like I said, there's a special place in the hell for you that I am more than happy to send you there.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Or another threat. There's a special place in hell. I am more than happy to send you there after I do everything to you that you have done to a child.
And then some.
And then some. Because,
so
fun fact, a sadist like myself, I am limited by my partner. I could be willing to do all sorts of really fucked up things to cause pain, but if my partner is not okay with it, I'm not going to do those things. If I'm not caring about you at all, you're not going to have a fun time. Because that's what a sadist is. The act of causing pain brings me joy, brings me pleasure. There are a lot of ways to bring somebody pain in this world.
But on a lighter note, let's get off that one because we'll sit there and make ourselves mad. This is something
mad.
Won't matter. No, something that made me laugh and kind of makes me shudder at the same time, and it's been floating around the internet out there, is whether or not our kinks come from our parents. And
Nope.
like I had to do some research. Like
no,
but a human being's sex drive may be determined in part by inherited genes. Ha ha ha. But scientists have discovered that a gene that influences personality may also affect a person's sexual desire and function. So it's a 50-50, maybe not. But if they do, my parents have got a lot of explaining to do.
I don't even know how you would get rid of like whether or not it is true or not, because as a scientist, you would have to be looking at it and going, you'd either have to have like when you're an adult, you're not a child anymore. You're still somebody's kid.
Yeah, your parent.
Right? So you would have to sit an adult down and then have their parents either in the same room or in a separate room and ask them questions in accordance to kinks. If they was in the same room, I don't think I could answer honestly in front of like my mom.
Yeah, I don't want to know like if the same shit that I'm into and being at like a doctor's office or wherever, and then my dad just being like, yeah, me and your mom used to do that too.
Like it'd be different. It'd be different if I like went into a room and they asked me a bunch of questions, and then unbeknownst to me, like I am unaware of it, my mom was in another room filling out the exact same questionnaire.
Right.
That would be different. But if they were to sit me down in front of my mom and be like, I'm about to lie to you motherfuckers through my teeth.
Like whenever you go to the doctor's office and they ask if you're sexually active in front of your parents. No, I am not.
Hey, we had you actually hooked up to a lie detector test that whole time, and we got.
Oh well, those things are inaccurate 60% of the time. So sorry about you. Yeah, the lie detector has been. That's a subject for a different podcast.
No. Because they don't work.
They don't. And the guy who made them even said, "This doesn't work. Yes. Stop using it.
Don't work. Quit it."
I found a new one. I've kind of talked about it before, but
you're
guess, yeah, which is weird. But it's
just don't develop the vor kink.
The what?
Don't develop a vor kink.
What's that?
I will tell you.
I was about to say, you're probably the one who has the exact definition somewhere.
I do, right? TUV. Vor or vorophilia is a sexual desire to be eaten alive or to eat someone while they're still alive.
No.
Yeah, vor is incredibly dangerous and illegal if attempted in reality, but it remains a fantasy for most people, especially in role play. You'll find plenty of art and stories dedicated to on DeviantArt, Tumblr, Fur Affinity, and Reddit.
Wait, it straight up says Fur Affinity on there?
It says DeviantArt. I just added the Fur Affinity because it's really rampant on there. And
it's everywhere on Fur Affinity.
And I've had to draw it, so, you know.
Yeah. You're also into it.
I'm also into it, yes. Not like hardcore vor. Like, I don't like the whole chewy crunching and, like, blood guts. I'm more of, like...
You're into the snake swallowing.
Yeah, just swallow you whole and then just spit you back out, and you're just... completely fine.
You want to know what the opposite of that is? The opposite of vor? That's not really the opposite. This one's, I don't understand. It's physically impossible. There's almost no way because you would kill your partner in the attempt. But it's called unbirthing.
Oh, God, no.
Which, if I have to explain what that is.
Hang on.
No, I was saying because by the words unbirthing, that should tell you what it is.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that.
Yeah, that should tell you what that is. That's a form. There's also you have petrifaction.
It's also a fetish too.
Fetishes and kinks are the same.
I know, but it's just yeah.
Yeah, fetishes and kinks are the same thing. But then you have petrifaction. You have dismemberment, which is dangerous. Do not do that. Typically, a lot of your people who are into gore fetishes have dismemberment fetishes.
I'm sorry. That's where I have to draw the line. There's no fucking way.
That's actually relatively tame.
Yeah.
In terms of certain things, you have your obvious scat and water sports, which is just good on ya, I guess, but it ain't for me, Chief.
Yeah, I'm not into scat or water play. No, waterworks. No, thank you. Ugh.
And then you have
So
vomit.
confused. I don't know half of this shit.
So scat is shit.
Yeah.
No. Hell
And
no.
water sports or water play is piss.
Yeah. Being peed on.
No.
And then you have vomit, which is
No.
Hell no. I will fucking throw up.
that is 2 girls, 1 cup shit right there. And
no, thank you. And if you haven't seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup,
oh, I might be into it. I love that show.
if you haven't seen 2 girls, 1 cup, don't.
Or 1 guy, 1 jar.
Lincoln.
Oh, that makes me hurt thinking about
it.
There's also hang on. Here's a fun one. Here's a fun one that isn't this disturbing. Balloon play.
Oh yeah, balloon play. Yeah.
Which is, I don't understand it because I don't have it personally, but there are people who get sexually aroused by popping balloons on their body. Whether it be jumping on them or squeezing them really tightly, or there was a guy who blew a balloon up and then put it on his dick and then popped it.
You also have ones that have CBT.
Yeah. No.
That's the meat and veg and torture.
No, that is cock and ball torture, and no.
Mm-mm.
There are people out there who want their balls stepped on in 6-inch heels, and that's good on them, but
And they get off on it.
Good
There's
on
also here's one. Oh God. So there's bimbofication.
Yes, that one is a pretty prevalent kink.
The process of making someone into a bimbo or being turned into a bimbo themselves as a form of
and then you
punishment for bratty sub. For a bratty sub.
Then you have the opposite, which is sissification.
But look, real quick, let's another fun one is the difference between punishment and punishment.
Oh no. Here we go. Let them know.
All right. So punishment is a proposed treatment of criminals that would take them out of a wider society. That's the actual term for punishment. But in a dom sub, basically something that, for me being a brat, punishment by my dom to me might be spanking me with a belt, but for me that'd be fun, or tying me down, or doing something that should hurt makes me go, ooh, daddy. But a punishment is more or less doing something that I don't want to do. Like, for some doms make their brats or subs write words, or
like an actual punishment.
Like an actual punishment that there's no fun in it, and it's just
My go-to is, oh, you're gonna be a brat? Okay. And then I stop talking to you. And then I pretend, you're not there. That's a tricky one, though. You have to be careful with that, because depending on trauma, if your pet or partner is not in a good mindset already with being abandoned or ignored, you could cause a panic and or anxiety attack. So you have to be careful with that one. But that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand the punishment thing, because I've had partners in the past who are like, what are you going to do? Spank me? And I was like, no, because you're wanting that. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, why would I do that as a punishment?
Yeah, why would I give you?
You don't learn anything if you enjoy it. Then what are you going to do? Well, think of something.
Not a damn thing right now, so just sit there and squirm.
Yeah. Yep. Another form of punishment that could also be seen as punishment is edging.
Or caning.
Or caning. Or sounding.
I know a good one that would be a good punishment and would not be a punishment would be chastity.
No.
No. Chastity is a fetish where someone's access to their genitals words are hard. Genitals is blocked. Women wear a chastity belt, or men will wear cock cages that prevent erection and release. It's
so painful.
It's also known as forced abstinence or forced celibacy. So it can be used as a form of self-denial or orgasm control, or including ruined orgasm.
Yep. And to give you an idea of what a dick cage kind of looks like, there's metal that goes around the balls, and then it goes up over the shaft and tip as well. It's just all metal. It prevents you from getting hard. In the event you start getting hard,
it hurts.
It hurts. and your body will eventually stop getting hard because, you know, pain, unless you're a masochist.
And then you have one of my favorite kinks, which is degradation.
Degradation. Yeah.
Fine, I'll try it.
Degradation is if you like when your man talks or woman talks down to you during sex. You might be into degradation. I can't talk today.
Degradation.
Degradation. Fuck. Ah.
There you go.
It's one of those kinks that works especially well with domination and submission. So just because you like doing it, giving or receiving during sex, doesn't mean that you think any less of your partner. It's just, you know, it's just role playing. I remember one time.
I know you're a dirty little slut, though.
I know I am. There was one time Fang and I were doing our thing, and then he had I was in the middle of, you know, giving him some worship down there, and he said, and he made the comment.
This is when I went too far.
Yeah, because he had made a comment of, you know, you're just, you know, you can't even do it that good. I stopped mid. I turned my head, looked at him, still in my mouth, and gave him the bitch I will bite look. He's like, it's just role play. It's just role play, honey. I swear. I'm like, insult my. I was like, insult my skills.
That is a whole nother world of panic when the bitch has you in her mouth, and you know that you fucked up, and you're waiting to feel those teeth. That is a whole nother world of panic. It's like you can't move too quickly either, because otherwise you're just going to expedite the process.
It was just the bitch. He has just a tip.
It was actually degradation that went too far with both you. I want to say a couple weeks ago, and Kitten a couple weeks ago.
No, it was just Kitten. I was good.
No, it was before Kitten got here, so it would have actually been.
Oh yeah. Well, I know a fetish that some people might have for me.
Oh yeah, mommy.
Yeah, well, besides that, Dracophilia, fetish for dragons.
Oh. Okay.
Fantasy fetish companies such as Bad Dragon make dragon dildos, including ones that also ejaculate. I want one bad.
Come lube.
I want a bad dragon toy so bad.
What's the price range on those?
Anywhere between $80 and $300.
Yeah, they're expensive, and I want one.
Christ.
You also have the fun kink, which is DVP.
Oh no.
Stands for double vaginal penetration. You also have DAP as well, which is double anal.
Double ass.
Yep.
Yes.
Those are fun.
You can do it.
I know, but like
May has it.
That'd be rough.
What? Also, here's another thing. Boys, men, not boys, men. If your partner has a toy that is not your competition.
It is not.
That is a tool. That is a tool, and you use it as one.
Oh yeah. I know most people.
That's how I know May. That's how I know May has DVP.
Mm-hmm. I know most men will say, "Oh, it's just competent." No, honey. If you use a toy while you are in the middle of it, you will rock her shit. Trust me. Toe curling, heels to Jesus, begging God. Please play with them and use them.
Yes, they're there for a reason. They are not your competition. They are a tool to be used.
So you know the term breeding kink, right?
No, go ahead and explain to me the breeding kink that I totally don't have.
The actual term for it isn't called breeding kink. It is called incopoephilia. Fetish.
I prefer breeding kink.
I know. It is fetish for impregnation.
Yep.
Incopoephilia. So ENKUOPOIPHILIA.
I don't know
what's
why
funny
this
is
just hit me. Like, why are like kinks and fucking phobia names like always so difficult to pronounce?
Because
and there's always something else out there that like
there's a
means
phobia and kink for everything.
Yep.
Like, why does it have to be so complicated? It's like fucking some like long back ass word as fucked word when it central it just means.
Yeah, like the word she just said, that was really long and complicated. When you can just say, "I have a breeding kink."
Yeah. Exactly. I'm pissed.
What's funny is...
Yep, and there's a kink for it, too, for big words. It's called an intellectual fetish. Person who uses big words adequately in relations to what is being said, i.e. proper context, immediate arousal by the sonorous of the complexity of the words. So people can get turned on. Big brain make me go burr. Simple words. Big brain go burr.
What's funny is something I think about now is people with a breeding kink. If you are in that mindset or in that group of people, if you are the the person who likes to be bred, which isn't limited to females. Femboys also like to be bred. So it's not just a female thing, but those people are called the breedee. The one receiving the breeding. What I find funny, though, is the term for the person who is doing the breeding is also technically either a derogatory or slang word used by homosexuals towards hetero people.
The hell?
Breeder.
No.
What are you reading?
This kink,
What'd you find?
This kink is called figging.
Does it have something to do with fig Newtons?
No. Using ginger root to create a burning sensation. It must be peeled before it can be inserted anally or vaginally.
Just use icy hot.
Or his or her warming gel, because that shit hurt.
Yeah.
Actually,
whatever use that
if you
as
want
lube.
to talk about icy hot, I bought a box of No.
Okay.
I bought a box of condoms with my last partner, and there was like 4 or 5 different like pleasurements out of them. Like one condom did this, one did that. We read a couple of them. Well, I just grabbed the first one that I grabbed when we went to go have sex, and yeah, no,
Didn't realize it was one of those.
So,
it burnt, and then it didn't burn, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm fine. She's like, oh no.
So here you go, furries.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're on there. This kink is hot, literally. Furries dress as
Who wrote this? A furry wrote this.
Probably. Furries dress as animals or humanoid animal creatures, sometimes decked head to toe in fur. They often do animalistic dildos via strap-ons to enhance their furry play. Many furries engage in role-playing games and cosplay as part of their lifestyle, which can become quite expensive. But let me also put this out there. Having sex in a fursuit is absolutely dangerous.
Yes,
because you can overheat and you will get a heat stroke. A friend of mine literally had a heat stroke in his fursuit walking from the lobby of the hotel to his hotel room. It was that hot.
That is why the suitors that you see, which is what they're called for those who do not know, somebody who is a furry in their suit, they are called a suitor. Typically, your suitors will have anywhere between 1 and I think I've seen 3 handlers. Those are people outside of fursuits who are making sure the guy in the suit doesn't run into anything, or woman. I use guy as a form of all.
Gotcha.
But at least in that context, I did. But they make sure that they don't run into anything. They don't run into anybody. They make sure they are
hydrated,
conscious, that they're hydrated. And in the event that things get too hot, those handlers will rip everything off of them. And they will make sure that they are fine. It is important that if you are going to go suiting, that you have a handler, at least one.
Now here's one fetish I'm not happy about is the fat fetishism. I hate that. The sexual attraction to overweight or obese people due to their weight and size. I hate the fact nowadays that being overweight is being fetishized. Like, I understand with some people, yes, if you do enjoy larger women or larger men and it gets you off, that's great. But I hate how people are turning it into a negative connotation of, being fat, you're just trying to fetishize being fat, blah, 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 blah. I hate that.
Yeah, it's one thing to say this person is into bigger people. It's another thing to say, oh, you're only becoming a bigger person because you want, you get sexual pleasure out of being a bigger person or something like that.
What were you going to say, Alpha? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry.
The train has left the station. Please try again later.
The train is arriving.
You were talking about the fursuits and overheating and stuff. I was gonna say I read something on Tom Holland when he's in the Spider-Man suit, which is kind of similar to suiting. That his the eye parts, they pop off, and he can stick a tube down there to drink water if he needs a drink of water.
A lot of fursuits,
everything off.
Well, a lot of fursuits now, at least because we've gotten smarter, the mouth is an actual cavity, so you could in theory cycle a tube up there of water. I know a lot of the more high end fursuits will also have fans in the head.
Oh yeah.
So you get hot, you turn those fans on, and it helps.
Well, I want
anymore though. I will update that furry kink, quote unquote. I don't consider it a kink because I consider that more of a lifestyle because it is the furry lifestyle.
Mhm.
But it is being updated now to where VR. You know, you have people who use custom VR avatars. Both myself and May have our own customs.
Mhm. I
They're
cried.
nice.
I cried when I first
Yeah,
got
May
mine.
cried when she got hers, but
I don't think I've seen it.
you haven't. You haven't been on VR chat. You haven't even seen my updated one.
No.
I don't sparkle anymore.
And let me tell you the reason why I cried when I got my VR version of me. I've been drawing May for 20 years. I've been drawing her on paper for 20 years. And to finally be in an avatar that is my character that I can physically see myself in, I lost it. I finally
Yep.
got to see me in quote unquote real life. And I sobbed.
The creator, who is a very good friend of ours, they go by Fat Broom. Go
Love
check
that
them out.
bean.
I think they're on Gumroad, maybe. I don't know if they are or not, but they did amazing work with it. And when he brought May out, because that's how the avatar was created, he had to wear the avatar in VR chat in order for her to get a hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
I would
And
have loved to have been there and seen that.
oh, it was amazing. You know, we were trying to play it off. Like I think it was myself, Lady, Nightmare, and Broom. We were all in this world.
No, it wasn't Nightmare. It was Fractal.
It was Fractal. That's right. And we had acted like we were just exploring this world. You know, that we were just checking out this new world that we had found and seeing everything that had to do with it. And we actually fucked up because we had this entire thing planned. We were going to walk her through the entire world. And we teleported to the wrong location. We ended up teleporting to the end location of the world where Broom was going to come out with the avatar. And it just happened to work out. You know, we teleported there. I saw Broom peek out from around the corner, and I was like, fuck it. We're doing it here.
We're doing it live.
And Broom came out in the May avatar, and she bawled her eyes out.
Yeah, I was good for a little bit. I was like, oh, it's so awesome, it's so May, and then it just hit me, and I'm just like, I'm sitting here holding up my headset, trying not to get it soaked. I'm like, it's too expensive to cry.
Lady had been here to visit us and whatnot during that time, and she went over and gave her a hug, and I came downstairs and I gave her a hug. And
what did you guys all do VR while she was there?
Yeah, yeah.
We went to our drinking nights and whatnot that we do in VR. But yeah,
I was gonna randomly say I watch you while you're doing your artwork and stuff most of the times, but not like fully. You've gotten so fucking like it's like secondhand nature, probably, obviously, whatever. I see you do like these like long strands where like you go down and you're tracing the whole thing. I would fuck that up 9 times out of 10.
Well, if
you notice in a lot of areas, like with Sarah's hair when she was doing that, she didn't color over the line exactly. She just colored near it.
Yeah. Like if
I
I
saw that, but like
there are
even
long
like,
strands that I'm just like, I'll go over it once, go fuck, erase, erase.
Yeah, but I just see you go shoot. I'm like, yeah, that would take me 20 times over.
Hey, 20 years, it's 20 years, and it's been and I gotta say though, for a year of working on a tablet, no, 2 years, 2 years working on a tablet, like I come a long way, and I'm really proud of the progress I've made with a tablet, and I thank you, Mom. I love my tablet. I still love my tablet. It's the best gift ever. You're the best mom ever. But
we are about up on time.
We are. I wanted to say like the core tenets of a successful I am done talking today. The core
we'll see you later.
tenets of successfully kinky sex are similar to those of any strong long-term relationship. Communication, trust, understanding, and patience.
And if you're gonna have sex, wear protection.
Oh yeah.
Or don't if you're into that.
Well,
if you're
make sure both partners are tested. Make sure that if you do have anything, that you let the other partner know. If you're in a relationship and you don't want to have children, wear protection or use contraceptions. If not,
while you can,
and if not, breed that bitch.
Yep. If you don't care about anything, breed her deep, breed her good,
breed her deep, breed her good. You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
degenerates, both of you.
Oh, shush it.
What the
Shut
fuck
up.
did you just say to me, bitch?
I called you a fucking degenerate.
Oh, do you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Yes.
Fuck no, I don't.
But since we're coming up on the end of it, go ahead and remember
End of
at
the
100
thick of it.
subscribers, I'll be doing Alpha's makeup.
Fang's makeup.
We'll be doing your makeup at 100 subscribers, and when we get to 200
Fang's
subscribers, I'll be doing Fang's
500
makeup.
for me.
So make sure to go ahead and talk about the Wolfcast
And
podcast.
300 subscribers, we're doing May's.
I mean,
Fang and
oh
I.
Yeah,
God.
at 300 May will get her makeup done by Alpha and I. You get one side of the face, I'll get the other side of the face.
Don't ever say that in the same sentence again.
Oh God.
No, it's a kink.
It is a kink. And I do have that kink because I do love bukkake.
Yep. Anyway.
Go ahead and visit our Patreon. You can participate in polls, one-on-one meetings with us. You can be in a podcast, get some behind-the-scenes content. You get art lessons from me and so much more. No donations too small. We appreciate anything that you can give.
Give us all your money.
And do give. Go ahead and visit our Spring. Use Wolfcast20 to get 20% off your merchandise. You can get cups, shirts, you can get stickers, and all other fun things. And Senpai will be hidden this time in this video. I know I haven't hidden the last 2 videos. I'm sorry. I forgot.
You mean I went looking for nothing?
I forgot because I was distracted and irritated with the stupid system not recording the way I did it.
Hit send on, or hits finished on this one. She's like, fuck! I forgot!
Go ahead and go to our Dubby. Use Wolfcast10 to get 10% off your order. They are restocked, but it's an energy powder that is sugar-free. It's great for you. It gives you all the benefits of an energy drink with no crash after. So go ahead and check them out in our affiliate code down in the description below. Follow us on all our social medias. You've got Fang and Alpha on Twitter and Twitch. You have me everywhere else because I'm a social media whore. So go ahead and follow us there and just stop by, say hi, leave a shout, throw a wave, do a poke. Say hi to us. Let us know you're there. So we love you guys. You're awesome. Hopefully you enjoyed learning a few new things of kinks, and maybe you found out today that you are a kinky fucker. So welcome to the group.
Be safe.
Be safe. We love you.
I tolerate you.
Let us continue to be the #1 podcast in your heart.
And your pants.
And your pants. So we love you guys.
Let's make Wolfcast a kink.
Yes, Wolfcast is a kink. There you go.
It probably is for some already.
Probably podcasting is probably a kink for somebody being listened to. But
No, just Wolfcast. Anyways, goodbye!
Bye! We love you guys!
Bye.